often that you swap stories with an international banker, let alone a founder of one of the largest banks in Malaysia. Hussain Najadi founded Arab Malaysian Banking Group, now known as AmBank. He shares with us the many tales of his travels and the rewards of risk, innovation and adventure. So after you graduated and you got an apprenticeship in BAPCO, I mean, that was your sort of first job, wasn't it?
Actually, graduation is a bit is a bit too high for that. We were at that time we had no universities, we had no colleges.
You left secondary school.
Yeah, secondary school. We are multilingual in Bahrain. We are Arabic, Persian because of my parentage, and we are English because it was a British protectorate like Malacca or Penang.
Yeah.
So the English was taught at a very early, and we have influx of Indian teachers and Indian clerks. So we learn Hindi on what we call it on the street.
Okay. During your childhood, like your parents, were they always very strong role models for you?
My mom was a very, very patient person. Never was anything in putting obstacles or saying no. I had all the freedom from him. My father a little bit complained that I read a lot of books. And
he complained that you read a lot of books.
Yeah, and he complained that one day this knowledge, these books will put me in trouble. And he was right, maybe, in a sense.
Wow. Like, did you have a very strong bond with your mother?
Very strong bond, but my mom, anything I did, she was very supportive. There's, you know, the Arab tradition or Persian tradition families that you always want to see your only child grow up in front of you, with you. Yeah. But the destiny, I would call it the kismet, as the Indians say.
Kismet.
Kismet, destiny, fate. Plays also its role in all throughout my life. You think is for the bad or for worse, but
the setbacks are what build your character.
And no, suddenly it opens another door. You're going through one way, the door is shut in front of you, you go back the other way, and then you find that other way was much more better than that way. That is all throughout my life.
From Bahrain, you went to Beirut, you know, on your journey to Germany. I mean, what was that like, having moved about so much, and then of course today you're in KL? Travel
to me natural. Going through the desert. You know, in the old days, you hitchhike by a fruit lorry truck driver all the way to Beirut from Saudi Arabian desert.
Would you still do that today, hitchhiking?
I would love to do it, yes. I would love to do it. If I don't have BMW car and a beautiful young lady next to me, I would do it. But the discovery part of life for me was the most interesting thing. Going through the desert day and night, reaching Beirut, then sitting on a beautiful corniche on the Mediterranean, always reading something, reading a paper. An old man comes with his stick, sit next to me with his chapeau, as the French say, and have a greeting to me, salam. They said, yeah, you are a Persian. What are you doing here? I said, I'm on my way. I've booked a ferry to go to Italy, to Germany. To do what? I said, to work and to study. I said, well, I never had the pleasure nor the money. I'm on my way to Germany. And he then offered, I will send you whatever you want to do, I will support you. And if you like it, you stay. If you don't like it, you can continue, come back and continue your journey.
You met him out of the blue?
Out of the blue, he came and sat next to me on a bank facing the Mediterranean in the afternoon. Out of blue. And I came to the embassy. Wonderful lunch, wonderful thing. And said, this is your ticket and this is your letter to the president, my friend, president of a bank. And what you want banking? He can train you in banking. You can be a trainee and you are paid a salary.
Wow.
This, what else? This is, I always say, this is my mom's prayer. The prayer of my mom is granted.
What is it about Malaysia that attracted you here in the first place?
As a very young man, early 20s, I led a delegation to ASEAN countries, and my last stop was Malaysia.
Your last stop was Malaysia?
Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur, and I met Tun Razak, the father of Najib, And a man who really impressed me and helped me a lot in this country was the late Tun Ismail Muhammad Ali, was the governor, the first Malaysian governor of Bank Negara, Malaysia. And then Tun Razak, in his modest, humble way, told me, Hussain, what do you intend to do? How do we build a bridge with the Arab world? And I said, Tun, easiest and the fastest way to build a bank between the Arab interest and the Malaysian interest. And he looked at the Tun Ismail Ali, and Tun Ismail politely nodded, and how the Arab Malaysia was born through that nod, by just a simple nod of an incredible man of Malaysia, to me, one of the most favorite son of the country. Arab Malaysia was born out of that meeting, and in April '75 we started the bank in what is now called the Chinatown, Jalan Malacca, in those days at the Bangunan Hong Leong Finance.
Wow. And exactly what is it that enabled all of this to happen? I mean, what do you attribute?
Our streak of one thing, like what maybe every young man is doing now, innovation, innovation, innovation. We wanted to run away from this space of mundane DCO banking, debit, credit, overdraft, that we created, very proudly, helped to create, I would say, Malaysian capital market. And many people don't understand this Malaysian strength. The Malaysian self-reliance on its own capital market. Contrary to many other countries, they went borrowing from outside. What happened to Greece is the opposite of Malaysia. Malaysia, by creating a local capital market, we in Malaysia rely on our own. Nobody to dictate us. No IMF, no World Bank, no big banks, no Goldman Sachs, no JP Morgan, no Barclays, no Deutsche Bank. That is one of the Malaysian tremendous economic and financial strength
to achieve. What do you hope to see Malaysia in 5 years from now, 10 years from now?
Malaysia is really progress since I came to know it, since 1975.
And there's a lot more room for progress?
Much room for progress. There's a well-educated class now, which we never had before. We had talents now all around, of all the races, which we never had before. So, and everything for me is human resources, is the brains. It's not to do with money.
What are some of the things that you think are necessary for us to embody or to instill in the younger generation still to maintain this and to continue to progress?
Experiment. Innovate, experiment, give the young people the chance to show themselves. When I became the advisor to OPIC and to Ministry of Finance of Oil, I was at the age of 26.
Wow.
26, I got my richest and the biggest client in the Arab world. That is the Ministry of Finance and Oil of Government of Kuwait. I think we have to invest in the youth, in brains, you know. That is the Malaysia of the future. It's nothing to do with tin or oil or gas. No, it's the people.